Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Good afternoon. I welcome all the co-panelists as well as all of you from SME. I have a lot of admiration for you, especially the MSME sector. And the title of this talk, I wanted to say, we can do a lot thinking outside the box, even within the box. And I want to share what I mean by that. See, MSME, I don't need to throw all the numbers. We already know that you are already contributing significant part of India's GDP. You're already contributing a lot in terms of product category, etc. But I think the most important aspect of your entrepreneurship spirit is that you are providing playing field to the local fertile brains. On top of it, problems that you are solving, I think only you can solve, because the large companies with large investment are looking at these large problems that exist in America or Europe or somewhere where they'll make large dollars. And I think responsibility is on us, because we have grown up with these constraints in our environment, whether from cities or villages we have come from. And we understand problem of our people. And if we cannot solve this problem, there's no one else who is solving. So I hope all of you, in addition to making a lot of profit, also in your vision statement and charter has this somewhere in the golden word that I'm here in the business also to provide value to the society, because I'm the only one who is thinking about these people of India. With that, I'm going to come back to my core areas of expertise. Most of my experience in last 25 years or so has been in information technology, telecom. For being an MSME, I have also started a restaurant actually. I was in hospitality sector for a while. I did participate in healthcare business. And I'm mentoring a lot of MSMEs now. And I've been talking to a lot of students who are doing startups, a lot of MSMEs, not only in cities but in small towns also. So I'm going to share what I've learned from those experiences, the challenge that all these experiences have communicated to me. And hopefully you're not facing those challenges, but if you are facing those challenges, then I invite you to just reflect on the thoughts that I share. And I hope you'll find some golden nuggets that will propel your business from the level you are to the next level that you desire to be. So with that, I'm going to pick on three major things for my next 5 minutes or so. The first one is moving from invention to innovation. I think this is one very big challenge that I find. I have met so many youngsters, so many bright people, bright students or bright entrepreneurs. They have fantastic idea. And I think for MSME, that's one of the challenge in some way. Most of these companies are started by brilliant technology people. We have fantastic idea. And when that idea becomes something workable, we call it invention. And I find, unfortunately, so many bright minds who have invested a lot of time and effort and money creating a product, but now they suddenly found that there's no market for it. So I want you to reflect on one thing to expand your business. Why do we exist? Why do enterprises exist? I think major three things, and you can see my marketing and business development background creeping into my conversation now. The businesses exist to help our customer achieve a goal, solve a problem, or satisfy a need. Achieve a problem, achieve a goal, solve a problem, or satisfy a need. Now, if we come out with idea and produce a product and we find that nobody is a taker, that's a hard thing, right? So if we are looking at market first and understanding who is my customer, how am I helping that customer achieve a goal, solve a problem, satisfy a need, now you have a problem definition in hand. So I want you to reflect. Are you clear about how your product or service meets these three criteria? I want to take you to the next level now. And this is where I also see a lot of entrepreneurs falling into a trap. You might have helped somebody achieve a goal, solve a problem, satisfy a need. This is very important, and if you want to write it down. But the problem that you are solving goal that you are helping customer achieve, is it painful and critical enough for that customer that he or she is ready to pay the price that you're asking for? See, especially in cost-sensitive countries like India and China, if you solve a problem, if you want to sell your product, they'll say, oh, very good product here. And then you will say, by the way, this product costs XXX rupees. And then we will have a problem. So it's not only about solving a problem, it is also doing that due diligence. Are we solving problem critical enough that customer is ready to pay? Now we are migrating from having an invention to creating an innovation. And how I'm distinguishing the two? When an invention solves a problem or helps customer achieve a goal, that customer is ready to pay, now you are creating commercial value. Or if you are a government organization or some NGO, if you are creating social value, not necessarily commercial value, but ultimately you're creating value which will be widely available to humanity, again now you are migrating towards innovation. So I want you to carry those thoughts back and think, are you thinking about innovation, or are you migrating towards, thinking about invention only? Are you just technologist, or you want to migrate towards innovation? A lot of MSMEs, when they come for business strategy discussions or review with me, what I find is, since that technocrat brain, we are able to create product, we are able to sell. Most of the MSMEs, and you can also connect and show with your hand, 1 to 5 crore of turnover is not a problem. Between 1 to 5 crore, you can scale your business. And then suddenly, it is a challenge, how do I grow beyond 5 crore? And this is the second point that I want to mention. Along with having this innovation strategy, you also have to have a scalable business strategy. And many times what happens, if you have not planned upfront, when you become that 2, 3, 4, 5 crore company, your business processes, the employees that you have hired, the expertise that you have developed, it is not enough for you to take to the next level. So that should be, I think, part of your plan, some thoughts that I want to share with you. Having something, see, with the product innovation, one place that we are weak at is marketing innovation. And ma'am was also talking about, Uma ma'am, that we have product, but how do we go to the global market? And how do we make sure when we have great product, we are able to communicate not just the product information, but the value of the product to the customer effectively to our end customers. And this is another point of tripping or failure I see in our way of doing business. We are very good at promoting our products, but we are not able to create that vision of value in our customer's mind. And one of the beautiful examples I have seen transformation happening is real estate in India. I know from Western world. I mean, when you go to a site, they have not even started digging the ground yet. But the way this salesperson will talk or marketing guy will talk, if you have lady with you, they will say, ma'am, and this is going to be the kitchen where you'll be standing, and you'll have enough room for your dabbas and moving around. And this lady will start seeing herself in this beautiful kitchen. The sales process has already started. They will start creating an internal champion in my own home. Even if I don't want to buy, then my wife will say, no, you have to buy this. It's a nice, interesting home. I'll look very nice in that kitchen. Example from a different world, but see if you can apply similar thoughts in your own world. The third thing then comes is, how do you make yourself scalable? Right? Ma'am has suggested a wonderful way, which is clustering, and how do you get associated with the association. The beauty of technology now is, so my third passion is basically, along with business strategy innovation, third passion is, how do we take appropriate technologies and use them efficiently for business growth? So let me just focus on my focus core area, information technology, because we can talk about automation, robotics, and everything else. But if I just focus on information technology or ICT, I think you still have wonderful opportunity to grow. Now, you don't have to be in association only physically. I personally prefer physical method of communication, but with the virtual space, whether it is LinkedIn, Facebook, etc., you can associate with people from anywhere. I want to share an interesting example with you. One, I am here today because of LinkedIn, because Mr. Reddy, Dr. Reddy had posted about this conference, and I said, hey, there are some very interesting sessions that I'll be interested in. And he said, Mr. Arun, why don't you join? So the reason I'm here is because I happened to see his post on LinkedIn. So you can create your virtual presence to network. And network also is also very important, like ma'am talked about. I want to give you a very simple example. You can port it to your complex situation. Potato. So my topic of next thought is, are you selling parts, products, or a solution? And if I want to very marginalize, simplify this problem, are you selling potato, where you are making the least amount in the value chain, or are you selling the potato chips? The same half potato, which will not even cost 1.5 rupee, we happily pay 10 rupees, 15 rupees for that bag, which hardly has any potatoes inside. But it's about taking something and presenting and giving it as value, right? Tomato and tomato sauce. Tomatoes, you know how much farmers get. So are you doing peace, or you are creating solutions? Now you will say, I'm not big enough to create complete solution myself. And that's where those association and strategic alliances come into place. But what I also invite you to think about, if you are just selling small parts, your exposure to risk is higher. How about creating these small parts and creating a solution which is helping the customer achieve a goal, solve a problem, or satisfy a need critical enough that they are ready to pay? So please give it a thought. Now, using social media. So one of the limitations we feel is we are not global. When it comes to global marketing, we don't have infrastructure and all that. I think cloud technology, if it can help the most countries like us. If you're not familiar, whichever association you are in, or I hope associations will organize these kind of conversations, how to use new technology for your benefit. But cloud computing, it is a boon for economies like us. Because now, let me take you 10 years back. If a technology starts in US, it would have taken 6 months, 1 year, 2 years to reach India. Now with the cloud computing, you can gain access to the same tools, same resources, the very next day it is launched in the US. And the beauty of cloud computing is you don't have to invest anything by yourself. Everything is taken care of for you. So now you can start thinking, if you are doing your business traditional way with the register and writing, and as you are growing, number of employees are growing, employee management, inventory management, your product management, your vendor management, supplier management, return management, I think it's going to be, it might be consuming a lot of time. Very simple, customized, very easy to use, and cheap solutions now exist in the cloud domain for you to manage all of these components of ERP systems. So you don't have to buy that expensive one. There are so many customized solutions. I think another challenge that we face adoption of technology is that many of you have very customized environments. So like I'm saying, there are many, like you, there are many MSMEs in the technology sector who are also taking this niche area and helping you solve those customization problems. So I think I want to share as a last thing a fantastic example of how social networking is being utilized by small businesses. I heard this story from a gentleman who was presenting in a Gartner summit or some summit. He was flying from LA, Los Angeles to New York on a weekly basis or so. And this gentleman found this one steakhouse, it's called Martin's Steakhouse in New York. And he started liking that steak. So he made it a point that, once in a week I'll have steak. So whenever I'm flying from LA to New York, I'll go to Martin's. He used to reach, his flight was reaching some 8:30 or so. He will directly go to that steakhouse, have his dinner, and then go to hotel. One day what happened, in LA his flight got cancelled, or it got delayed by 2-3 hours. So while sitting in the airport, he just tweeted. He tweeted, "Gosh, I'm going to miss my steak tonight." He tweeted. He reaches New York. At the baggage claim, there's a person from Martin's Steakhouse with his dinner packed, 11 o'clock in the night. So steakhouse, utilizing technology, monitoring Twitter, it's not a tweet done for that particular restaurant, but seeing that this is a value-added customer, you can well imagine how did that customer feel and what kind of word-of-mouth advertising that customer would have done for this restaurant. So please take some inspiration from that incident. social networking is becoming a big power, especially for the young generation. They live in it. I'm teaching a course at IIM Trichy, sir, business strategy. I mean, our whole interaction is paperless. It is done through a Facebook page. Everything is through that. So these guys are too hooked to this technology, and we can tap the new generation with it. With that, thank you very much for this time, and I hope some of these golden nuggets will be of use to you. Thanks.